Hey, what's up, everybody? Wagey tapping in for another court chat. Been a minute since recording. Just been taking some time to kind of engage in things that are productive. You know, working on a philosophy. You see me doing this, sharing that with you guys. Working on cultivating, nurturing my own emotional aspect to better understand self and better understand those around me. You know, been doing some fasting, got a couple 72 hours, and on the way I was 48 into my last one, and I had a friend stop by to spoil me, so cut that one a little bit short. But just, you know, kind of overall enjoying life, the path and trajectory that I've been able to lay out and establish for myself, and take advantage of a bunch of hard work and sacrifice that I did early on in my life. So communicating emotions. When I was younger, I had the privilege of coming into responsibility for a lot of my predecessors, and as much as I was a troublemaker, I was helpful. I had business plans very young. You've heard me discuss these. You know, like I used to sell candy through elementary school on into high school. I just had kind of like a hard-working, grind entrepreneurial spirit, down to work, mad overtime, several jobs, you know, optimizing for needs. As far as, you know, when I was younger, working in anything that was food related. I washed dishes for like 4 years, got a free meal at the end of it, and, you know, did the long walk home when I was wet, but it helped keep me in shape. There's multiple levels to decisions that I was making, you know, and having that mindset allowed me to continue to grow and develop exponentially throughout my life, to end up landing in a dream that I thought I'd forgotten about. I allowed myself to step away from. So coming into that responsibility at a young age, I kind of left that childhood behind under the guise of being an adult, right? Wonderful marketing term. Not understanding that kid that had that enthusiastic drive and ambition was the most important part to realizing not only my dreams, but the dreams of people that I interact and got to carry with me throughout my life. So, you know, you've heard me discuss about the adolescent aspect too. When you're in high school, you have that good balance between responsibility and fun. You're learning to walk that delicate line of both of those things. But for me, I was a caretaker. My interest was to try and provide for my family, ensure safety. There was situations that I didn't want to end up in as a result of not being able to do so. And, you know, bearing that responsibility of my own choice and volition kind of steered me down the path of people pleasing and firefighting. And while this is definitely due to my own choices and outlooks, I was lucky enough to have the blessing to ultimately be relieved of those burdens and realize that I've served the purpose and achieved the goals that I wanted to in regards to those aspects. The thing that I wasn't pouring into myself, you know, you've heard me discuss about, you know, what love is and how we view it as attachment, responsibility, and authority. But once I decided to what love would be for me, and I chose to pour that into myself, a lot changed in my life. And remember, I was fighting to have these burdens and responsibility. It stricken me to have them removed from me. But I had this opportunity to learn and grow, to repair a broken cup and fill it with something anew. So I got to pour attention into my cup. I got to pour validation into my cup. I got to pour love into my cup. I got to pour appreciation into my cup. Now that I understand how to best give these things to me, my cup spills over and it's easy to provide to other people. I got to pour emotional understanding into my cup. I got to pour grace into my cup. I got to pour forgiveness into my cup. Now I can extend these things, because probably a lot of us weren't taught what these things even meant. I know a lot of us weren't really guided through understanding our own emotions at any particular point, and you have to understand that for yourself and your predecessors. So while emotions play a valid role, sometimes you got to keep the train on the tracks despite how you feel. There's been situations where unfortunately my daughters had to see me shed tears in the back office while I'm still stepping out to greet guests trying to put on this smiley face, because I got to work through the pain. All of us have to do it. Life is definitely painful, but you can get to another side of it. Once you choose to understand your storm, and then being this light, it's crazy that the things that get pulled into my life by way of appreciation now, I love it. It brings me joy. I feel lucky and blessed. I'm grateful for things that I didn't want to have happen. And as challenging as that seems, like, it allowed for me to be where I'm at. Even though I wanted to carry people with me, everybody's not meant to be where you're going. And, if it has to break away and take away, maybe they can find their way back. But exponentially, all of my relationships have improved. Just understanding my sense of communication continuing to develop. If you look at even the previous videos to now, understanding, acceptance, appreciation, value is just at my core now. And again, engaging in those therapeutic dialogues, maybe get to help other people understand their stuff, or just give them a little bit more insight into how I got to where I'm at. I was discussing with a friend how whatever my dream is could seem minuscule and kind of moot to anybody else. But that's fine. Everybody gets to define their own way of success. I've got my dream set up. I couldn't ask for anything more. We got into weird questions like, what would you do with $1 million? Not much would change. I would still kind of have the same setup. But if I had 10 million, that's where things would alter a little bit, because then I would get to explore a different fantasy of mine, and it, it would be crazy to see it, because I'd love to have it happen. But I'll keep that one close to the chest. Think about those things for yourself, though. How your life would change if you had $1 million versus 10 million. $1 million wouldn't change me. I already feel like a millionaire. I just keep doing the same things that I'm doing and just have a little bit more comfort and generosity to share with the people that I care about. But yeah, so anger, hurt, frustration, bitterness carried through the youth from giving myself those responsibilities, taking on those responsibilities, appreciation, gratitude, and just a joyfulness once all those responsibilities and burdens were removed from me. I get to have a sense of play with my son. We get to hang out and do wonderful things, play awesome games. He's so smart and talented. I'm such a proud dad. My daughter took up crocheting recently. She's taken on her self-care aspect. She's a wonderful human being too. Like, best blessing I could have asked for, to have on my journey for life. And like communicating with a friend again, you know, she's asking how we deal with rebelliousness, and like I'm like, you can ask her, she's right there. You know, and like my daughter said, like we'll just acknowledge that that's what's happening, ask her if there's anything that she wants to discuss, and you know, see how she feels about it. Then we go back to getting ice cream, you know what I'm saying? Because like ultimately I have no control over her choices. I want to educate her and give her the spirit to make choices that she feels are beneficial to her life, and so she can enjoy decisions that she's making. If we make mistakes, I can help, but like there's certain fires that I can't put out. You know, so like that's a blessing to be able to trust her making good decisions for herself. And if she has an issue that she's dealing with or needs to vent some kind of emotion, I love getting these calls. Dad, I'm frustrated. Tell me what's up, baby. You know, that's instills a sense of pride that, you know, I didn't even know was possible. So I love these aspects. I love that I get to take advantage of these things and the growth and development that the trajectory of my life has carried me on. So yeah, I guess just sharing a little bit about what's on my mind. Still kind of in vacation mode, you know, enjoying the time. I got to step away from the rat race. I drive where I have to. I walk where I can. So like that's a way to just slow things down. Enjoy the moments, getting to be more present, getting to instill a little play into my life, my world, enjoying the purpose and path of my life, and I want that for everybody. Nice tapping in with you. Wages out.